buddies, Virginia here. Yes, I said my name this time. It is Virginia. So we got that out of the way. I'll never have to say it again. I don't know why, I just always forget, or it just doesn't occur to me to say it. So there's that. I thought it would be best to do like a get to know me book tag thing, and I was going to do the new to booktube tag, but I found something that I liked better. So we're going to go ahead and do that. There's 24 questions, and these are rapid fire questions, so I'm going to think on my feet as best I can. So let's go ahead and do it. First question, ebook or physical book? Okay, both have their place, and honestly, I like physical books better, but I love my Kindle, and I use it a bunch, so we're going to go with physical. Paperback or hardback? Paperback. Hardbacks are nice, but paperbacks, I think they're just easier online or in-store shopping for books. This one's hard. I love going into bookstores, but also it's really fun to buy them online. But with any shopping, I prefer to do it in-store. That way you know what you're getting. There's no hassle with shipping and waiting for it to be delivered. It's instant, so I'm gonna say in-store. And plus you get to go around and like check out all the books and feel them on the shelves. I know it's weird, but it's just a more fulfilling feeling, than just buying them online. Trilogies or series? This is another toughie, honestly. I'm gonna go with series. Heroes or villains? Okay, so heroes are great, but you know what? When I'm writing characters, I think the most fun characters to write for, especially when it comes to dialogue, are the villains. I love that. So I'm gonna go with villains. A book you want everyone to read? I gotta go with the Bible. It's the infallible word of God. It's perfect. It's a roadmap for everything. So the Bible, definitely. Recommend an underrated book? The Chronicles of Prudain. It's either Prudain or Prudain. I think it's Prudain by Lloyd Alexander. So underrated, and it is one of my top favorite fantasy series. If you like Disney's The Black Cauldron, give it a shot. The last book I finished, I had to actually go to my Goodreads account to see because I haven't read hardly at all. August, it's been bad. So I was like, what was the last book I finished? It's been that long. So I went back, and it's Kate's Innocence by Sarah Holman. It was really good. It was I think it was 5 stars. I love the FBI intrigue detective stuff, and very faith-based, so that was great, and it was just a really good time. The last book I bought, I've actually been on a book buying ban because yeah, it was kind of bad there for a while, and I had no control. But so I haven't bought a physical book since May, late June, so it's been a while. But ebook wise, I pre-ordered Heard in Silence, which isn't that cover so pretty? I love that. It's a short story collection by Caitlin Phillips, and so I'm really excited to read that. The weirdest thing I've used as a bookmark. Okay, so I have a thing for bookmarks. I like them to actually match the book. If I'm reading a nautical book, with that theme, I like to have an ocean themed bookmark or mermaids or something. So I don't usually use things that aren't bookmarks. Now I know this is going to get some hate, but I have been known to dog ear the corners of books only when it's like last minute, like I wasn't expecting to have to put the book down, and so I had to real quick just close it. I didn't want to lose my spot. So I want to say the weirdest thing that isn't an official bookmark I've used would have to be a checkout receipt from the library, and that's about as crazy as it gets, really. Otherwise, I use bookmarks. Used books, yes or no? Yes, I have been known to frequent half-price books. Top 3 favorite genres. Okay, I love suspense. A good, on the edge of your seat, plot twist filled suspense. And then I would have to say historical fiction. Love that. Thinking adventure / survival, which I'm not sure if survival is an actual genre, but like adventure. Those would be my top 3. Borrow or buy books. So, I prefer to own the book. I have been known to check out a stack of books at the library before. I don't usually do that because weirdly enough, I don't always get time to actually finish all these books, but I prefer to buy it. Characters or plots? Characters, no competition. I love well-developed characters with tons of character growth. I love moments when like they say the dumbest things or they make like the obvious mistake and you literally like just groan or like, oh my goodness, you have to set the book down because you're like, what are you doing? I love that. And characters that actually like make you feel, you know, things and like change your perspective or make you think. I love that. Long or short books? Shorts. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind the occasional 400 plus page book, but I don't usually read those because my time is very limited. Long chapters or short chapters? I'm gonna have to go with shorts. It all comes down to your time limit and how much time you have to dedicate to reading. First 3 books I could think of. Okay, Lord of the Rings trilogy. I just went blank. Unknown by Vanessa Hall. Gone with the Wind. Books that make you laugh or cry. Okay, so for the laughing parts, Ramona Quimby, whole series is hilarious. And as for crying, I don't cry over books, honestly. There has only been one time that like I really came close, like tears were forming. No wait, make that 2 times. Twice I've really the closest I've ever come. And that was for Should We Tell Her by Lillian Keith. That's a tearjerker. The Ranger's Apprentice, I think it's book 9, Holt's Peril. That was the first one that I most cried over. Our World or Fictional World? Fictional. 100% fictional. I don't think this needs explained. Audiobooks, yes or no? No, because I don't like audiobooks. My mom had one years ago and we were listening to it. I don't focus as well when I'm like read to. I have to see the words to comprehend them. And I just read better to myself. Even like when I do read a book to my mom, I don't get the same out of it when I'm reading it out loud. I focus better when I read it like in my mind to myself, if that makes sense. Do I judge a book by its cover? I think yes. I think everyone does. If a book has a phenomenal cover, stunning, professional, eye-catching, you're going to naturally be drawn to that book compared to a book that just the cover looks not as, you know, any of those. You may still be intrigued by the title and the description, but I don't think you'll be as intrigued. So yes, I would say I think everyone judges books by their cover, which is why it's so important to have a really good cover. Book to movie adaptations or book to TV show adaptations. Book to movie, I don't think I've ever seen a book to TV show adaptation. I know they have the Lord of the Rings one, which I'm not interested. But yeah, book to movie. A movie or a TV show I preferred to the book. The Book Thief. I tried to read the book years ago. It's full of language. I've heard that there's a version that doesn't have all the language. I would love to find that and read it, but I didn't even finish reading The Book Thief because it was so full of language. The movie was fantastic. And the very last question, series or standalones? And again, I think this all depends on time and the mood. I'm gonna go with standalones because I feel like whenever you start a series, you have to be dedicated to read it straight through, or at least as close as possible. Otherwise, if you leave a gap of time, a large gap of time between reading book 1 and book 2, you're going to forget stuff. A lot of dedication comes with a series, especially a really long series or an intense series like The Lord of the Rings. You don't start that on a whim. So I'm going to say standalones, especially if you just want something kind of lighter to read, for sure. And that is going to complete our rapid fire question book tag. I got these questions off WordPress, a blog, so I will share the link down below if you want to check it out, do it yourself. It was fun, made me think, that's for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I would love to hear from you. Do you prefer short or long books, short or long chapters? What is one book you wish everybody would read? Series or standalones? Let me know. So until next time, happy reading!